Greetings, Kindred. I am Voivode Maquette, and welcome back to our World of Darkness and another episode of Level by Level, where we, in this playlist, are going over the discipline of Dominate and all of the individual powers that it has. Tonight, we are going over Cloud Memory, which is a Level 1 Dominate gift. The book states, by uttering the phrase, forget, the user can make the dominated victim forget the current moment as well as the last few minutes, enough to mask a superficial feeding or a chance meeting. No new memories are formed, and if pressed, the victim realizes they have a few minutes missing. That is so much better than it ever has been. I love the fact that Forgetful Mind has been moved up to level 3, but the fact that there is now a base where Forgetful Mind starts makes it so much more satisfying for me. I like the details that go into this. The cost of this discipline is free, so there is no extraordinary cost of blood to be able to use this, because this is literally just your will forcing onto their will to make them suppress the last few minutes of their life. Most of the time, people aren't even going to realize this is a thing. How many of us have lost track of time? 1 or 2 minutes gone here or there. It happens. How many of us have been dominated? The dice pool is Charisma plus Dominate versus Wits plus Resolve. And that does make a lot of sense because you are forcing your social self onto the person, and wits is really how people handle things when they're not trying. It's really one of those things where you think on your feet and your mind is just trying to protect itself, trying to preserve itself. The system states, no roll is required against an unprepared victim. Clouding the memory of a resisting victim or another vampire requires a Charisma plus Dominate versus a Wits plus Resolve roll. So in other words, if you're doing this to a human that has the ability to just stop and think about what's going on, yes, there is going to be that Charisma versus Dominate versus Wits plus Resolve. And anytime you're doing this on a vampire, it's definitely going to take that role. The first time I ever used V5 Dominate was a level of Compel, actually, with the Lasombra that I was playing at the time. But I'm not gonna go into full detail on that. But I love the fact that for humans, for the most part, you don't actually need to use any kind of test against them. That it's just an automatic thing that humans just kind of accept that it's going to happen. And it really does bring into focus how much more powerful a vampire is than a human, just in a charismatic or mental role. The duration is indefinite, so this power is one of those things where when you use it, they just forget. They don't remember anything. It might take, I would say as a storyteller, I would say if you went through weeks, months, or years of therapy, you might be able to recover that regressed memory. But that, for the most part, is an indefinite working power. So, forget. I think it is a welcome addition into Vampire the Masquerade. I think 5th edition did a very good job to upgrade the uses of Dominate. And I'm very interested in what you think. What are your simple uses of Forget that you have used? And storytellers, a lot of the times I've noticed that players don't realize how clever they are. So I'd like to hear from you on what you were most impressed by your players. Thank you for joining me in this level by level look at Dominate in our World of Darkness. Class dismissed.